Hello there. Well, we're at last now down to the final two in the Tory leadership contest. Penny Mordaunt has been dropped with 105 votes, while Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss go to the Tory party membership for a decision with 137 votes and 113 votes respectively. And on current membership polling, Truss will be the next Tory leader and Prime Minister. However, the membership polls remain open until the 2nd of September, so there's a long way to go yet. Except that the postal voting side of the ballot starts within days, and many people get the voting slip through the letterbox and turn it round in the same day, and that puts whoever is behind at the start on the back foot. Now, I think we can safely add a new phrase to the political lexicon: go woke, lose votes, because I have a strong feeling that Penny Mordaunt's previous pronouncements in support of woke-related issues has cost her dear. Other politicians should take note. Anyway, we can now look forward to Truss and Sunak buttering up their membership base. But they will also be talking to MPs and local party chairpeople around the country to get them on side with their campaigns, as many in the membership will be looking for a steer on who to vote for from those leading people in the party. But those leadership hopefuls have a hard act to follow. Boris Johnson was meant to be vilified and leaving under a cloud. But he swept that aside in his final PMQs today. He was as ebullient as ever and even quoted a line from Terminator 2 at the end, saying, "Hasta la vista, baby," sparking all manner of rumour of a future comeback. And Boris left to a raucous standing ovation from his own party. Watching it, you would never have guessed he had just suffered from a mass ministerial walkout. And I wonder how many Tory MPs were musing on if they'd done the right thing in ditching Boris Johnson. While the opposition benches sat there glowering and classlessly undoing the recent done thing of applauding the PM as they leave their final PMQs. However, they were not alone. One Theresa May, in equal classless vein, refused to stand with her fellow Tory MPs and applaud Boris. And when she did eventually stand, she just crossed her arms. Now, under the new Dissolution and Calling of Parliament Act, the next general election must take place before Friday the 24th of January 2025. So that will give the new Tory leader and PM just short of 29 months to turn the party fortunes around and be in position to win the next general election. And where any general election is concerned, the issue is always the economy. How financially secure do people feel? Right now, not very would be the answer. And now we hear that inflation is approaching 10%. But the inflation felt by the people who make the stuff for us, producer inflation, is running at 20%. That immediately tells us that there's more inflation for consumers coming down the pipeline. And the current inflation report is for June. By the time the next PM gets into number 10 in September, we'll have had July's inflation report, which will in all likelihood be worse than today's, and we'll be waiting for the August report a couple of weeks later. And it sounds like the Bank of England is gearing up for some pretty hefty interest rate hikes as well. So whoever does inherit the Boris wallpaper will face no easy task, especially if the wage claims and strike threats keep flooding in. And what happens if, after 6 months, whoever the party members choose proves to be a flop with the public? Will there be a hurried vote of no confidence and a quick choose a new leader? And if Boris hasn't resigned his seat and is still on the back benches, then... Now, during PMQs today, Boris likened Keir Starmer to a bollard. So will it be Too Smooth Rishi versus the bollard next time, or the wooden Liz Truss?